Surprise, bitches. It's me. So today I'm gonna tell y'all how I accidentally killed my hedgehog. And you're probably thinking,
Gina, how does one kill a hedgehog?
well, I'm about to tell ya. Alright, so I got my hedgehog last April, and I didn't exactly tell my parents I was gonna get a hedgehog. They're actually kind of hard to find, so I literally went all the way to Elizabeth City, in North Carolina, with my best friend Megan after school one day. Just a Wednesday. I was off of work. I had some cash. A lot of cash. Before we were on the interstate, we stop at All Pet or some shit like that, and we get the cage, the food, the bedding, a wheel, some treats. I think I'm ready for this, right? So then we drive an hour to Elizabeth City, and we meet the woman, and she's got a fucking whole room full of hedgehogs.
But honestly, I can't judge because low-key, that's gonna be me in 10 years, but with bunnies.
In storage bins. Each one had their own room and shit. It was cute. Whatever. So, and I already knew which one I wanted because he was cute. And he was only 1.5 months old, and I decided to name him Pipsqueak. So me and Pipsqueak, okay, well, I loved Pipsqueak. He didn't exactly love me. Yeah. I come home later that day, and my mom is like,
"No, Gina, you can't keep the hedgehog."
Obviously, I kept the hedgehog, and that's how I accidentally killed it. But we'll get there. And I'm like, okay, bet. So one day, June 3rd, actually, and I was out of town that entire day because I was doing something for a camp that I no longer go to.
All right, sorry to interrupt again, but can we take a second and realize how petty I just sounded? LOL.
And, I come home probably around 5 o'clock, and I was just exhausted. And I decided, Pipsqueak has been in his cage all day, and I decided to, take him out, play with him a little bit. And by play, I mean, let him crawl around in my bed because he didn't really like me or being held by humans. But most hedgehogs don't. Anyways, so, I was letting Pipsqueak roam through my blankets and shit, and I was like, oh, girl, I'm tired. So I turn on my side and I take a nap. And then about half an hour to 45 minutes later, my mom wakes me up and she's like,
"Girl."
And I was like, oh, sweet. So, I go downstairs, I watch some Dance Moms, and even some mac and cheese. I went back upstairs. I was like, yo, Pipsqueak, I missed you. Where you at? And I try to, I know he's, on my bed. So I'm, gently feeling, around my comforter for him. And I'm like, where are you? And then I, look at the part, kind of where I was laying down before. And I saw Pipsqueak dead. But I didn't really realize what had happened. So then I kind of touch him, and I'm like, Pip. And he was really dead. Yeah, his eyes were sealed shut, and his tongue's poor thing. I felt really bad. And then I start freaking out, and then I run downstairs, and my parents were chilling out back.
And I'm Pipsqueak is dead, what do I do?
But yeah, so basically what had happened was, whenever I went to go and take my nap, I rolled on my side, and I guess Pipsqueak was under the blanket or something. And yeah, I accidentally killed him. And after that whole lesson, I really learned that, you shouldn't sleep with small animals on your bed. And yeah. But I mean, I guess it was cool though, because now I have Toulouse, and here's a picture of him. And yeah, so like me and Toulouse are like best friends. Like he's my baby and I wouldn't trade the fucking world for him. Like me and Toulouse are best buds, right Toulouse? Yeah, so that was how I killed my hedgehog and learned a valuable life lesson.